Now, President Trump's tariffs, which is not included here, has driven up the cost of Christmas trees because it was a pear tree, not a Christmas tree. Anyway, according to the largest artificial Christmas tree wholesaler and retailer in the US, the National Tree Company, yes, there really is such a thing, said they'd had to raise their prices by 10% this year. The company also warned that tariffs have disrupted supply chains, that prices are likely to be even higher. Chris Butler is the CEO of the National Tree Company. What a lovely title for a company, National Tree Company. Now, so tariffs have cost more for these trees. But is it noticeable in terms of sales and demand? 10% is quite a lot, but it's not a fortune.
Correct. Thank you for having me on, Richard. I appreciate it. And I might be getting to the pear tree business based on your last report. So we'll see what happens for the National Tree Company. But from a supply perspective, obviously supply was hurt. Prices went up because of tariffs. And so, our supply, other companies' supplies was definitely cut back. Prices definitely have gone up. So we raised our prices about 10%, to your point, which again isn't a fortune. But still, there's a large part of America that 10% on a price of a tree is quite a lot of money when people are struggling with current costs of beef and eggs, etc. So, we've definitely seen a slowdown in demand this year. So it's been a disappointing Christmas season, but we're hoping that we can continue to work with the administration to have a better 2026 for sure.
Now, when we talk about these trees, we're talking artificial or real?
Artificial. So 90% of the artificial trees are made in China. A lot of companies, including ourselves, we've kind of diversified our supply chain over the last few years outside of China, but certainly 90% of the business is still made in China today.
And interestingly, I guess you keep thinking of people buying Christmas trees, but if it's artificial, it lasts for years, and you tend to change it when you either want something bigger, smaller, or you just want something newer and that's got more gizmo. What's the favorite tree that people go for?
Still, honestly, we've done a lot of research, a lot of data. 85% of consumers say they want the full green, realistic looking tree. And typically consumers go for the white light. So while you can get 100,000 different variations, colors, snow, tall, thin, small, large, et cetera, most consumers still want that full green tree that looks like the real thing.
Your problem is, in terms of the president, he's going to say, a bit like he did with the dolls, you don't need 37 dolls. I suppose he would sort of say, you don't need to change your Christmas tree every year. I'm genuinely not making light of this because, of course, it's your business and your business is your livelihood and your livelihood of your employees. I'm fascinated to speak to you about this because it's a real example of how highfalutin economics and tariffs turn into the real life of people's businesses.
Yeah, look, on average, the consumer changes their tree every 5 to 6 years. We have the data that shows that. So it is a discretionary item. When people move home, when people upgrade, downgrade, or like you said, want a different style, they change their tree. One of the things that, we talk about is we really don't sell trees, wreaths, or garlands. We sell joy. For 6 weeks of the year, consumers around America, and there's about 75 million households in America that have an artificial tree, consumers around America gather in front of that tree for 6 weeks. And so what we really sell is joy. We did focus groups a few weeks ago to understand what people are looking for and understand what these trees mean to them. People were crying in these focus groups, and I'm not actually making that up. It was quite remarkable that when it comes to Christmas and when it comes to the tree and when it comes to decorations, it's hyper emotional. And so, we know the president loves Christmas. We know that the administration loves Christmas. And so, what we're saying is bring the joy back to Christmas and get us back to 2026.
Final question, sir. I've just been fascinated with this interview, listening to you. You have so many facts and I would say trivia and so many bits that you know about how long the tree is, what people buy. What else can you tell me about our habits with Christmas trees?
So what people are looking for at Christmas trees are the most realistic. So they want realism. They want to set the things up quickly. They want to be able to take them down quickly. And I'll tell you, 85% of consumers choose artificial trees, and 15% of consumers choose real trees. And there's a reason for that. It's the convenience, it's the simplicity,
Right.
and it's the cost amortized over 5 to 6 years.
What do you have at home? I'm going to regret asking this question because I think I know the answer. What do you have
No,
at
that's
home?
okay. I have a snowy blue comet. So it's a snowy tree with blue. It's a blue tree with snow on it with cool white lights. So a little bit different, a little bit extra. But when you see green trees all day, Richard, you want a little bit of a change.
Oh, radical. You'll be having goose instead of turkey next, sir. I'm grateful to your time and attention. Have a good Christmas, sir. Thank you.
No
We need to
problem.
come and
Thank you,
visit and
Richard.
see some of your trees. When